From integrity matters now to education matters. And public junior secondary schools will receive capitation funds beginning next week. Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu says the president has already assented to the supplementary budget after it was passed by Parliament. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education has established a chaplaincy committee that will formulate workable solutions on the threats and fear of LGBTQ in schools. Speaking when he appeared before the Senate Education Committee, Machogu said the committee is headed by Archbishop Jackson Olisapit of the Anglican Church.
What are you seeing in the laboratory?
After weeks of complaints over lack of learning in public junior secondary schools, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu appeared before the Senate Committee on Education to explain the status of capitation funds for schools. Machogu told senators that the delay in passing of the supplementary budget affected the entire process, but gave the undertaking that all public junior secondary schools will receive their money next week.
And we were also waiting for supplementary one, which has passed, and the money is actually allocated to us. So we are only getting the exchequer issue from Treasury, National Treasury, and by next week, the money will be dispersed to the various junior secondary schools.
But the CS did not have kind words for Nat and Coopet.
I think they made this proposal on Tuesday that junior secondary school should still, as had been initially planned, domiciled in secondary schools, not primary schools.
Coopet, Union, and the KNUT. You know, one was covering secondary school section, and another one covers primary school section. Each and every union wants to increase their membership.
Now, this is a simple matter of recognition agreement, and I want to say here that the law is superior to any other agreement. So nobody should talk about benefit of membership in terms of placement of junior secondary, whether in primary or secondary section.
Coopet and Nat are still fighting over where to domicile a junior secondary school.
We know that there are some of the stakeholders in the sector, specifically trade unions, whose struggle is only to secure membership to their unions and not the figure of our children. That is not the reason we should be pushing and pulling at this time, when we are already seeing that so much time has been consumed and proper learning is yet to take off.
Let us not be service. Let us not work in silos. Let us not look at this from the point of view of the union where we are and what kind of benefits in the terms of revenue that will be able to accrue.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Education has established a chaplaincy committee to look into matters LGBTQ in schools. The committee will be chaired by Archbishop Jackson Olisapit of the Anglican Church.
There are issues that we cannot be able to allow to infiltrate into our schools. And even we are trying to introduce a chaplaincy to each and every school. We have had a discussion with the church, and that is also coming so that they can also be able to have a guidance and counseling.
Shadrach Miti, KTN News.